Now, for more about China's poverty alleviation work, let's talk to our reporter Su Yuqing, who has been following this subject quite a while. Hello there, Yuqing. Well, first of all, tell us more about this five-year plan. What are the major key points?
Yes, Dongning, this plan is widely considered as a milestone because this plan is the country's first five-year program for poverty alleviation. So one of the highlights is that the government has decided to alleviate poverty by developing industries in the least developed areas. Under the plan, forestry, tourism and e-commerce will be promoted with industries to be rising for each village, township and county. It aims to increase incomes of the poor and diversify the local economy. This targeted poverty alleviation plan marks an upgrade from the traditional methods of granting money or distributing food and other goods to locals. It works instead to establish enduring channels of income. In addition, favorable policies for financing and land will be conducted, while relatively developed eastern areas will be encouraged to help less developed western areas for balanced development. And some experts say targeted poverty alleviation has shifted its focus to specific farmers and their families from the traditional focus on regional development. This framework sets specific targets as for objectives, projects, funds, and who will benefit. And Vice Premier Wang Yang, who is also the head of State Council Leading Group of Poverty Alleviation and Development, said sustainable poverty reduction measures such as developing industries and expanding employment should be strengthened.
Right, it seems that the five-year plan has made China's poverty alleviation work more specific. Then tell us what exactly needs to be done, and what has been accomplished, and what are still lying ahead to be done.
Yes, Dongning, reducing poverty in the country seems to be very hard nut to crack. And you know that despite some of the very impressive gains, the country has still a large population living in profound poverty. So we still need lots of measures to alleviate these poverty. And you know that these problems are becoming increasingly costly and complex. According to a white paper published by the State Council Information Office, more than 700 million Chinese people have got rid of poverty since the launch of reform and opening up policies 3 decades ago. But by the end of 2015, China still had around 55 million people living in poverty, an equivalent to the population of a medium-sized country. China plans to eradicate poverty by 2020. That is, to lift 10 million people out of poverty every year from 2016. The uphill task will be accomplished by developing specialty industries, job creation, relocation of poor people, infrastructure building, and extensions of social security coverage. The Chinese government also assigned special poverty relief funds amounting to 189 billion yuan, or about 28.17 billion US dollars from 2011 to 2015, with an average annual growth rate of 14.5%. The government will allocate more funds to keep pace with the needs of poverty relief in the coming 5 years. It also has prioritized education in these efforts. According to statistics released by the State Council Information Office, in 2012 to 2015, the central government has invested 83.1 billion yuan in renovating schools for compulsory education. It also earmarked about 14 billion yuan to build dormitories for some 300,000 teachers in remote rural areas. To achieve this goal of eliminating poverty by 2020, China says government at different levels must take full responsibility to fulfill the plan.
This is a very ambitious plan indeed, but shows a great resolution from the central government. Thank you very much, Su Yuqing, telling us the insight about this five-year plan to alleviate poverty in China. And